Mocan Dragway today. March 16th. It's cold. 38 degrees right now. It was like 31 this morning. We had like an inch of snow and stuff on the truck this morning from last night's thunderstorms. Weird weather we've had. We actually had like wildfires and dust storms a couple days ago, but it was like 70 degrees and now it's like half the temperature. Okay, so this isn't your normal test and tune, this isn't a normal race. This is a bracket race. And the track was gracious enough on my behalf to say that, hey Ryan, if you say you're gonna come and race our race in May, which is 10,000 row, which you brung, I think Farm Truck and Asian are putting it on, you know, you can test today. I was like, test? I was like, I'm entering box class. Right? That's the kind of like no holds barred bracket class you got here. Like, that's what I want to jump in. So they're like, well, if you actually want to go into eliminations, that'd be pretty cool. So I said, all right, yeah, go put on the left frame rail, or really anywhere you want. Well, that'd be really neat. So they kind of explained to me some of the bracket stuff. Like, I guess we got to put it in on the car, and that changes, like, I guess the crosstalk stuff on the tree and yada, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I'm trying to keep up, but I'm just gonna go out there and do what we do. And you know, if the car runs good, it runs good. So exciting day. So if you guys haven't noticed, I got some other bottles in the trailer. No, this isn't permanent. We're only an hour from home. So temporary mounting for right now, just to come down here and try some passes. We did dyno the car the other day. You can hear the old junior dragsters getting after it behind me. So I'll try to speak up. I want to say sorry about the audio in the dyno video. Goodness, I'm gonna try to get your side of the trailer. I'm gonna go in the truck. I don't know, it's quieter. I think my generators are quieter. All right, so over here I got my generators going. I got one in the bed. It's running a high pressure air compressor. Then I got my normal one on the trailer that runs the trailer stuff. Okay, so the compressor is currently topping the bottles off in the trailer. And we topped the car off, and I'm gonna do a trans brake test real quick here in the pits, just to get a little bit more information there. So, and then I think we'll put a curve in it that I hope will be enough to go like a 460 or something. My goal today is, if everything goes well, I mean, I'd like to try to go faster than a 438. I think Mark Griffin's got the world record for compressed air for ET. I think an 8th mile, it's a 438 at 171. So we're gonna try to beat that, because why not? So if everything goes well, that's what we're gonna go for. We're gonna try to take that out. I'm kind of cheating though, because I've got some advantages on my system versus what his system had. So, because this was the update for his car, and he was gracious enough to let me kind of have first dab at that. So, golly, it's loud out here. Anyways, we got the car almost switched over for a decent tree side, because it's obviously bracket prep. So it's not as slick as what we're normally used to. And we got some licks on these tires, so I don't know. All in all, hopefully we can make some good clean passes, learn some more on the system, see how I like it, go from there, see how fast we can turn the car around on it. So we're going to actually, I gotta cut the compressor off because everything's full. Which this compressor I'll have fully updated to auto drain, auto on off, everything will be all automatic here in a couple days. So all that stuff's coming in the mail. Hi, buddy. Hi. Is that you? Yeah. So, that's Tyler's little boy, and then he's got a little girl here too. So they're out here having a good time watching us try to bracket race. So, anyways, we're going to get the car switched over. We got a couple more things to do. We got a few more minutes. We got to get in the lanes, and we'll make a shakedown, see what happens. All right. So, see you in a bit. All right. So felt slow. That's okay. All right, Eric grabbed my time slip, so I don't know how fast it went yet. Let's see if I can get him to bring me the slip. We have 561 at 131 with a 145 60 foot. So I think we might have undershot. That's okay. I'll take it. So as long as if everything did what it's supposed to do, we'll be okay. Hey Tyler, we need to get the sucker on it pretty quick. So we only used about 1,000 pounds of bottle pressure. So that's how I know we really didn't use a whole lot of air, for sure. Because I expect we'll probably go from 3,300 pounds down to 7,800. I was kind of playing with ChatGPT last night with, I don't know what the capacity is of the bottles, but I'm going to measure that, and then I can figure out based on our PSI per second consumed how much CFM, how much power we're taking into that process. So I'm guessing we may have only had a couple pounds of boost all the way down. Maybe. Let's see what it says. All right, max pressure was 5.5 pounds. All right, something. We launched on 1/2 pound. Yeah, they kind of stepped up to 5-ish. So, did something there. All right, well, I'm going to go through and start making some adjustments here. And see if we can't drop like a second. All right, so, just got my bottles opened up. We got our 3,040 PSI in the car. And we're heading up for our second qualifying run, or time run. We're not qualifying today. We'll make the field. And so this regulator is a little bit different, and I have to run what they call the dump valve on this guy in order to make it flow as much air as we want it to flow. So I had that off. Golly. Look at these things. Goddamn top fuel race, man. A little loud here. Anyways, I think that's what I did wrong in my first pass. That's why it's such a turd. So instead of leaving on, yeah. So anyways, oil left on like 1/2 pound of boost on the first run. This run should leave on 5, and instead of only making like 2 to 5 pounds of boost, we should see, we'll make like 20. So if we make 20, that'd be similar power to the 121. But if all goes well, this will be a little slower as far as bringing the power in as we went to 121. So I mean, it won't be as fast. But then I'm going to take a guess. If everything goes to plan, I'm going to take a guess for my first round elimination. And hopefully I got enough information to make it run a number. And like I said, we'll see what happens. So we're on plan B right now. In plan B, that and it shows me any kind of pattern that I'm looking for, then we'll go for taking the record for the system. So try to do it in 3 passes. I guess why not? Okay, I'm gonna get my helmet on and get ready. Okay, that was a lot better. Tyler's giving me a thumbs up, so I did something cooler. Okay, so went a 117 60 foot, 315 to the 330, and went a 483 at 137. I saw 25 pounds of boost, but it started breaking up. So it's possible, since we're on M1, I was concerned that it wouldn't as we're doing a run. So Tyler's feeling the pipe. So he's he likes how cool it is. So he used up 2,000 psi bottle pressure. But we had a lot of I was on the brake quite a bit. It's gonna take a second to kind of get used to when to stage this thing. Yeah, I'm anxious to pull that log and see what happened. Alright, we're rolling up for first round eliminations. And I can buy back after this if I need to. But who knows? Maybe I'll need to. So far, there's a lot of things I'm impressed with, and there's things I'm still working on. So what I'm impressed with so far, first 7/10 of the run, the system is hitting the tire just like the ProCharger does, and it's following dead on with our G-force from like some of our best 60-foot passes ever to that point. After that, the G falls down because I was commanding the boost to go down, and it's all good. We're just gonna fix it up. See what we can do from there. And the way I'm trying to control this, I had a little bit of oscillation to it. So I think I made the the adjustments needed to the system to get it to stop oscillating. And yeah, we're gonna lean a little harder. It did break up. Tell you what, bracket is the loudest racing I've ever done in my life. Loudest. Alright, so the car broke up on the last pass. We were richer and we had less timing in it than what, by far, than what Mark or Brett and David running their stuff. So we kind of came up to a happy medium on that, and we're gonna try this pass. But my theory is that methanol is gonna end up being too cold of a fuel and won't combust properly. So we'll see if this fixes that. Our IATs so far are like 80 when we start to run, and they fall down to 46 right this second. So we're going to flow more volume longer on this one. So the way it's downtrending, it's possible to just keep getting cooler and cooler. So, all right, we're going to go. Okay, so we lost. We got our yellow slip, we lost. And that is A-okay. It went a 115 60 foot. And then the car started to break up. So I let out of it in order to, I don't know, I just don't want to drive with it breaking up. So I let out of it and then snapped back into it, and it came in clean for a second. So I do think that it could be a methanol related issue. I think that the methanol may be too cold. So we're gonna pause it right here. I'm gonna go and load up, head home, and yeah, I think either way we learned a lot today. We learned that our compressor system it's working. The control felt pretty good there. I'll pull the log, see what the data looks like, and yeah, we'll go from there. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. I gave it a couple degrees of timing down low, and it definitely responded in a 60 foot. I mean, our last pass was 17 and this was a 15, so that's not bad. We're inching our way right back to some ProCharger 60 foots, so that's cool. After this, we're gonna start getting our Texas Speed 427 together. Ryan Mueller's been working on our BR7 heads and making those things right as rain. And we'll have those back this week. Hopefully get the car all back together in time to test it out. We're going to test it on race gas. We might do E112. I think I'm going to do race gas. Everybody else, like David and Mark, are running race gas in their cars with no issues. And I think the temperature is just the thing. I think that we've got such cold air that it's just not real happy on the methanol. So the pass before, it felt like it broke up harsher. This one felt like a faster breakup, so I do think leaning it out added some timing did help. But with the LS, I think we're just going to start with race gas and probably leave it on race gas. So I don't know. We're going to try it. We're going to see how much time I got to figure it out, and we'll see what we can come up with. So we're going to push pretty hard. We're going to try to race next weekend with the LS. Don't know where yet, but our plan is to start doing that because the Thursday after next weekend is the Cletus race. So we got to get the LS in, get some testing done on it, and go with that. But without a doubt, the compressed air system does make enough power to do what we need to do with the LS, and it does. I think it's going to make the power on the big block once we get everything taken care of on it. But she was coming out pretty righteously, so I think I'm pretty happy so far. I'm happy. It's new, it's different, it's really controllable so far, and I dig it. I just need to go a little bit further and learn a couple things. We're already in the uncharted territory, and because nobody's ran the system on M1 yet, and usually you run M1 to combat extremely high air temps, and we don't have that. So, all right. Anyways, that's it for today. We're gonna get loaded up and out of here, and I'm gonna pull my earplugs out once we leave the track because it won't be so loud. And I think my car is loud, but this is loud. So, all right, have fun here at Mocan. Come on back. The bracket programs ran pretty well. They were very friendly about giving us information on where to run and everything else, and what classes we could fit into. We ran box class today, so since we use a two-step to leave, and that it was good. It was a good time. So good food. Sun came out. It was a good time there. So yeah, recommend checking it out. All right, we're gonna bounce out of here and get home. All right, we're rolling out of old Mocan, the end of my bracket career before it even started. Eric, let's hear it. What's your first impressions on the CAS on track use?
Honestly, it did everything you asked it to, and we learned. We learned some not hard lessons, but just interesting ones.
What did we learn?
Well, the biggest one, methanol.
Methanol may not be the best idea for the system.
And a lot of it, I'm not going to say that I learned that much. It's just you explaining it, the control system and how much it comes up on brake, how quickly, and you can command it so well and so simply, and it makes the boost you tell it to make.
I'll tell you, pedaling it, so that last pass, I pedaled it, I let out because it was breaking up, and then I had to goose it just to goose it. And the car,
righteous.
Could you hear it?
Oh God, yeah, we heard it.
So it came right back on, made 22 pounds of manifold pressure. We were targeting about 25 pounds of manifold pressure on that run, and it came right back to it pretty quick. Took about 0.2 of a second after I floored it for it to come on. And there is a time delay between the time you activate the system, it starts to pressure equalize these lockout valves, is what I'm gonna call them. These premature solenoids that we're using. It takes about 2 to 3/10 of a second to make those moves. The more air we're trying to move through them, the faster they react. So like on the brake, it's taking about 6 to 7/10 total by the time you open, or you command the opening, to the time the lock-off valves are opening, and then it's now flowing enough air in the line to start moving the ejector MAC valve to close the ejector, so then you start making all the manifold pressure. So we're going to work on, I'm probably going to upsize the feed lines to that MAC valve and move it somewhere else, and maybe add a different source air to it. so that we can use it to close the ejector sooner, so we're using the air that's available in the system sooner. So do that, maybe put a little time delay on it. I understand why they have it plumbed the way they are, but we'll get into that more in their video. But
I was gonna say, the one thing that I learned, from a crew guy's perspective, you definitely have to rework your processes.
yeah,
They're simpler and more confusing to start off with.
so Eric and Tyler were concerned about the refilling, like as far as like how much time that was going to take, and that really wasn't bad at all.
No, it wasn't.
It was quick.
I think it was filled up faster than the car was cooled down.
Yes. Oh yeah. We can't charge the car, cool the trans, or I mean, you can barely put fuel in it faster than you can refill the system. That's kind of taking our time. So refilling the system on the car side, not going to be the problem. The only complication part about it is, you know, right now I don't have any bleeders in place. I don't have very many valves in place. I don't have any check valves in place. And I'm gonna switch all that up this week. But so like right now we have to equalize pressures. We have to depressurize certain lines. We want to disconnect things. Because you're not gonna Hercules yourself over like 3,000 PSI over the force, you know. Just isn't gonna happen. So at least I'm not gonna try. No reason to try. So I'm gonna add some bleeders in the system, some check valves, some lock-off quarter turn valves, stuff like that. And that's going to allow us to make filling a little simpler. So right now I kind of got to bounce back and forth. We're kind of doing it about least component way possible right now. So, but you know what? We got it done. We were absolutely not rushed at all in filling our systems between the rounds. We made 3 passes today, and our mother system was full, ready to go for our 4th pass today if we wanted to take a 4th, if we wanted to do a buyback. I didn't see a point with the way the car was blowing the spark out or just not igniting the methanol. Gotta think about that a little bit. So hoping switching fuels changes that. EGTs weren't really changing a whole lot when it was acting up, so I don't know. Let's kind of look at that. I think that's what's going on. So it's like one of the biggest variables. I mean, we've ran double the boost before, and the plugs looked lazy. Goodness, we put a new set of plugs in for that last pass and pulled them out, and they looked like they may have been like fired up and idled on for like 30 seconds and shut back off. So they looked new. So that was pretty cool.
I still joke about, like, we're not worried about, like, if we go on the back of the tracks and all this other stuff that we do, and how many times we've lost a blower or a turbo from crap hitting the wheels or anything like that.
Oh, air filter. You like the air filter.
I like the air filter and the fact that it blocks it off. The fact that even if the air filter wasn't there, it can't eat anything.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that we can always run an air filter now for all of our, we're always gonna have filtered air going in the motor. No more outside contaminants. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I did not like how much like a 2-stroke this thing was doing a burnout. That is a dislike. I thought about burping the system for the burnout. Honestly, I'm gonna put we carry that 5-pound NX bottle on the car, and that's getting remounted because we did have it mounted kind of where the big CAS system went, or is at now. So we'll remount the NX side, and we'll have the NX on there to help with the burnouts. How
did the burnout compare to the turbo burnouts? Nothing compares to the ProCharger burnouts.
Honestly,
those are the easiest thing on the planet.
It was a little tougher to do a burnout than the turbo, but not that much different, not that much worse. So turbo comes up a little faster, makes a little bit more power when you're sitting on the throttle trying to foot brake it to get some power coming. I feel like the turbo did come up and help right there. Once it's going though, it was fine. Yeah, it was doing okay there. So we just need something to kind of get it started. So like when I'm sitting there against the converter at 3,000 RPMs, it just doesn't have enough oomph to get it going. So yeah, all in all, I was impressed. I was impressed with the fact that the G meter looks so identical to the ProCharger right now. Mm-hmm. So identical. So it's soft on the tire, but it gets the car moving well. The tire stays nice and round. That last pass, I gave it some some beans in the 60 foot, like leaving the 60 foot, and it just took it. So yeah, definitely not lacking there. That's pretty cool. So, but we were breaking up. We brought in the boost so fast, we dropped the intake air temp so quickly that the methanol is just, to me it seems like the methanol just hits a point where it's just like no more, like it just will not keep lighting.
It sounds so violent on the starting line, like the ProCharger, like as soon as you hit it and you leave the line, it's just instant for
the rat.
I mean, like,
yeah, I mean,
it reminds me of a screw blower.
We were actually hitting like 28 pounds of boost within like 3 to 4 tenths leaving the line, and it just goes, it just takes it. And then we're wriggling that back just a hair, just to keep the tire square, and then accelerate from there. So, but then when we did that on our last pass, it ended up going, it kind of got mad. So oh, now it's gonna be a mad dash to this is where having a hub dyno would be nice. Hub dyno, we can load the car longer, and then I could try fuel types, and I could do it on the hub. Instead, what we're going to do is, I think we're just going to jump into the LS with race gas. I think we're just going to take the safe route, put race gas in it.
Can't wait to try that Texas speed bottom in.
I think it's going to be pretty righteous.
I think it's going to be night and day different compared to the 388.
I think there's a good possibility that 427 is going to make more power than the big block does, the tire.
That'll be fun, and it piss a lot of people off.
Yeah, big block probably makes way more power per pound of boost, but I think it's going to be pretty happy. So,
well, them small block classes keep popping up, so.
Oh, I know, that's the coolest thing. Yeah, we don't have to worry about spool up time. Because I mean, it's on. Whatever I command, it pretty much goes there. So right now we're using the Holley dome versus map table, and so on that you end up commanding whatever boost number you want, and you use that lookup table to determine what dome pressure you want, and then you have some closed loop control, and every pass I make, I'm getting that closer and closer. So we're pretty much at the point now where I'm just commanding whatever boost number I want on the boost versus time, and that's where we're at. The trans brake boost, I command 5, and I got like 5.1. And it was just flat, 5.1 for like a solid second.
We were having the conversation that like you get commanded to make whatever you want at like 1,200 horsepower or 1,200 RPM if you wanted to. Like you can make whatever boost whenever you want.
Yep.
Well, obviously within to the max boost range, but like if you like I mean, that's my brain goes right to shady side. I'd be like on a slick prep track, and be like, I'm just gonna command 10-12 psi on 2,500.
Oh yeah, on the brake.
Yeah,
totally. Yeah, we can have whatever we want. You know what I mean? The ProCharger, your boost limited. Oh, by the way, I just had like a $20,000 to win foot brake. Heads up, small tire flyer hit my inbox today.
Ruh-roh.
So by the way, I forgot to tell you that, but
wow.
Timing. Anyways, so yeah, we can they said we could use the 2-step on that, so we can foot brake 2-step, but a little bit of manifold pressure, then yeah, as soon as we leave we can just have whatever we want.
All of it.
Yeah, whatever we want. So you know, turbos, you need shaft speed, which is typically generated by engine speed, or you know, exhaust forces. Yeah, ProCharger, you need RPM. I think the coolest thing is so far right now, the 60 foot is always the hardest thing to conquer on small tire, and right now the 60 foot has been a non-issue.
It looks cleaner on a 60 foot than pretty much any of the passes I've watched. I mean,
I can't wait to watch this video that you guys are going to have watched, because you'll have watched the track passes by now. I can't wait to watch that once Megan gets out the footage on you know, computer or big screen, so I can kind of watch everything a little bit closer. So sometimes I end up learning more from watching my own videos than making them. So all right, well, so far first impressions, first day out, pretty happy with it. as with anything, we're sorting out stuff and we are learning and moving forward. And I mean, we're controlling it in a way that nobody else has so far. And that's okay. I like to try new stuff. So we're there. We have not found the limits of the system yet. So far, everything seems to be spec'd pretty well as far as capacity on the car, rate of consumption, capital left to flow out of the system. Everything seems to be pretty good. Pretty happy. So today we did see at lower RPMs we can see higher boost numbers. At higher RPMs, I think the highest boost number I saw was 22 pounds. So I mean, on the dyno we made 1,700 to 18 pounds. And my hope was that on this lower timing we would exceed what the 121 makes on power, and I do 100% feel that we're there. We just got to clean up the tune-up and make everything happy, and I think that's going to be a rocket ship. So for now, now that we got faith on how well this is going to run on the big block, we're going to take a step back and we're going to put the LS in because we have business to settle with the LS. And that's that Cletus rear-wheel drive versus all-wheel drive race. We're going to be running the system there now, for sure.
No all-wheel drive and small tire. I'll die on that hill.
Well,
I love Manny and them.
In two weeks, you're going to have to fight till you're blue in the face at an all-wheel drive versus rear-wheel drive race at on smalls.
I'll have that conversation with Manny, Matt, Dylan or Dallas, like all those guys. I love them to death, you know, like, but I still go like rear-wheel drive or nothing. Well, I didn't say that. If you want to jump in small tire with a front wheel drive, I'll give you that one, but good luck.
All-wheel drive belongs to run what you brung, is what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay.
You get 4 tires, we get 2. And I take away the dumb comments about, let's just make it a dually. It's like, yeah, that doesn't work the way everybody thinks it does.
Be kind of cool. So, yeah, we're going to stand with the LS for a few weekends. And I think after the rear-wheel drive versus all-wheel drive race, we got some races in the works. I think there's another race at Mocan. They're doing a 10,000 to win, run what you brung. We might go do that. Maybe do have a smalls with wheelie bars or something.
A Morris.
That way we could like take all the weight off of it and let it eat. And then after that we have Yellow Belly Little Gangsters Struggle City, I think is the name they did. Tom Gunners and or Jimmy Dale and Michael Poland's race. So that's always a killer turnout. Lots of fast racing, challenging surface. So
if you've never been to the gut, you're missing out. You don't understand the vibe that happens there. It is a whole nother world.
So this coming weekend, today's Sunday, this weekend coming, we got our mind set on where we kind of want to race, but it's going to come down to timeline and making sure we're ready. If we can get the LS in, dyno tested, broken, fluids changed, make a couple street licks, we're going to end up at a challenging back of the track surface that has whipped our ass every time. So let you all guess where that's going to be. So if that works out, we'll be there. And then after that's the Cletus race, and then I don't know, after that, the immediate weekend after that, maybe a break. Might need a break weekend. So, all right, well, that's going to wrap us up for this one. I hope you all enjoyed, learned some information. We're learning information. I'll try to keep sharing information about the compressed air supercharging system as we feel it out and go through everything there. But right now, I am very happy with it. I'm very confident that it's going to do everything we want to do. Lowest IATs we saw today were 42 degrees. Those are the lowest intake air temps. And that's pretty cool. Literally, almost freezing temperature.
Yeah.
And ambient, I will say ambient before that, the highest was 89 and then down to 42. And then the round before that was 76 down to 46, but it was a shorter run. So, yeah, so that's pretty cool. I like it. I like it. So now on the good smelling race gas. Haven't smelled race gas I don't know if I've ran race gas in my car like one time, and that was over 10 years ago.
Was it still a small block back then?
No, it was twin turbo big block. I was out of injector.
Oh, was that when they were behind the seat?
Yeah, Yeah, turbos were behind the seat there, like right there. And then we were out of injector on E85, so I put in race gas for a race, and it did okay. Yeah, I wasn't real good at tuning race gas back then. So nowadays a little bit better. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here. I've already said bye like 4 times, so this is a real one.